Of course, we mostly hear about Democrats and Republicans, but voters will be choosing from more candidates than just Gretchen Whitmer and Bill Schuette in the race for Michigan's next governor.
One of those candidates says that he's been running his campaign for 3 years now, and he's doing it all out of his own pocket. Fox 17 political reporter Atra Al-Nashar sat down with them and is here now with the story. Atra?
Yeah, Derek and Janice, Todd Schleiger is running to be Michigan's next governor, and he's doing it as an independent. And even though Michigan has never elected an independent governor, Schleiger tells me he thinks he's got a real shot.
I want the people of Michigan to understand and to think that there is other options out there.
Todd Schleiger says he decided 3 years ago to make himself one of those options for governor. He's a father of 7 in Lake Orion and has worked in the transportation industry for the past 30 years and never thought he'd be on the ballot.
I never wanted to be one of those idiots. And I literally said that. Both of the major parties, Democrats and Republicans, they're broken so bad they can't get anything done for the people.
One of the things Schleiger wants to get done is changing how the state spends its gas tax revenue.
The state collects $12.5 billion annually, but they're only using less than 30% of it on our roads. Where if you look at the other states, they're utilizing 70 and 80% of their gas tax. I mean, when you look at that, that's a recipe for failure.
But according to the state budget office, the state of Michigan only collected just over $2.5 billion, though Schleiger says the state isn't being totally transparent about how much they actually collect. Schleiger also makes education a priority and wants to increase the current education budget by about $3 billion.
I have a $20 billion budget that encompasses 2 years of community college bringing it into the public school realm, something that hasn't been done. I just believe in our public schools. They've went down since Engler.
Schleiger says he's traveled to every single county in the state campaigning using only his own money.
Every week, I take so much money out of my check and make sure I have gas money to go places. Or
how much?
How much?
Are you taking out of your checks?
My wife ain't gonna see this. Probably about a third of my check every week.
Schleiger is open about how much of his own money he's spending on this election, and he also says he has nothing to hide when it comes to his criminal history. According to online state police records, Schleiger pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor domestic violence charge in 1995. In 2011, he pleaded no contest to another charge of misdemeanor domestic violence and/or knowingly assaulting a pregnant individual. Despite his pleas, Schleiger tells Fox 17 that he has never hit a woman and that the woman in a 2011 charge was his wife and that she was not pregnant. In 2011, Schleiger also pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor stalking charge, but he denies it, saying he had no choice but to plead no contest. His other charges include operating while impaired, which Schleiger does not deny, saying plenty of elected officials have done this, embezzling less than $100, and attempting to interfere with electronic communications. Schleiger says with the exception of the operating while impaired charge, he was treated unfairly, and that his history is an example of what he calls corruption in the court system.
Do you think you'll win?
Yes, I think Michigan is primed for an independent. And at times I wanted out of it because I was getting so frustrated, but I believe in what I'm doing. That's why I'm on the ballot now. So I'm not going anywhere.
Schleiger's running mate is Earl Lackey, a retired General Motors mechanic and a former firefighter. To learn more about Schleiger and the other gubernatorial candidates, head on over to fox17online.com. Live in the studio, Atra Al-Nashar, Fox 17 News.
All right.